Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the book review of The Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's my pleasure, my utmost pleasure to have all of you here today. I'm really grateful that you found, time to join us. Thank you so much. Before now, usually when we have our book reviews, at Becca Book Club, we do meet on other platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, to discuss. But as some sort of innovation, we agreed to come online here, whereby even after the review, people can always watch. You can always come back here and watch, drop your comments, learn from other comments. And I believe this would be better than the previous methods. Also, it's an innovation to you know do some sort of panel, so we have few persons come on board to discuss the book, while others just act as audience members and chip in their comment, also review the book from the comment section. And I think this is something we would review as the time goes on. So thank you once again for joining. I would love to mention that on this platform we have Becca Book Club members who from both the free community and the paid membership. So we are glad that you found time to come here despite your busy schedules. Also, we have the TPL for YP champions on this call today, and I am grateful for all the champions who have had time to come here today. One thing I want to make clear is that book reviews shouldn't take the place of actual reading. Yeah, book reviews shouldn't take the place of actual readings. Oh, I've attended the book review, I don't want to read the book again. Oh, let me just join the book review so I don't have to read the book. No, that's not what this is meant for. Actually, book reviews are meant to help you make better decisions, whether you want to read the book or not, or to even further motivate you to read the book, especially if you're part of the book club or a TPL for YP champion. You do not have a choice. You just have to read this book. Unless you're reading this and another book. So this review shouldn't take the place of actual reading. If you're joining us at about now, please say something in the comment section so we can say hello to you, so we can know that you're here, so we can be further motivated to do what we are here to do. So like I earlier said, we are adopting the panel structure henceforth, so let's see how this goes. Honestly, audience members, you're an integral part of this review, so please and please do not just listen to us. Motivate us, drop comment where you're supposed to. So at this point, I would love to just give a brief intro on the book itself. Once again, we are reviewing Atomic Habit. Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it's written clearly on the book: tiny changes, remarkable results. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So this book is actually a groundbreaking book where James Clear reveals exactly how these, very minute changes, everyday changes, can grow into such a life-altering outcomes. He uncovers a handful of simple life hacks, simple things that we can do. And one of the things that stood out for me was the 2-minute rule. I'm sure we'll get into that briefly. And then I think he delved into cutting edge psychology, some sort of neuroscience, how the brain works, how habit works, how habits, changes our identity, how identity influence habits, all those kind of things. And of course, while he wrote about all of this, he didn't hesitate in bringing inspiring stories of Olympic gold medalists, leading CEOs, distinguished scientists, all of these people who have used one or two habits to change their lives and their identity. And he's truly teaching us how to stay productive, motivated, and happy. I think one of the most interesting things for me, something he wrote on, I think, on page 24 of the actual book. If you have the booklet itself, I don't know what page it will be on the e-copy, but he says focusing on the overall system rather than a single goal is one of the core themes of this book, because I think he has gone ahead to mention how that just saying, oh, goal, I want to achieve this one, I want to become a published writer, which is a goal, it's an outcome of something. He says that is not what we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on the system. What will you do? What is that process that will take you to that outcome? That is what we should focus on. And I think that is what this entire book, that's what it has, it's actually focused on, the system. How do you build a system? How do you maintain a system? How do you build good habits? How do you break down bad habits and all of those? And with me, I have wonderful, wonderful people to discuss this with me. I have two persons here with me, two panelists. Okay, Halima is here. Halima is saying hello, everyone. Let me project Halima. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Halima. Halima is our ever punctual book club member. So shout out to you, Halima. Thanks for joining. So we have two amazing persons here with us, panelists, who would be, discussing this book with us. And at this point, I would just love them to introduce themselves. So who would go first? Mr. Kima, please go introduce yourself. Then afterwards, we can have Amina.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mustakima Oni. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Amina, please go ahead. Amina, your intro. Are you with us? So while Amina is trying to introduce herself, please, if you're with us, kindly drop a comment so we know you're here. So we know we are not
Yes, I
alone.
am. I'm here. The network is kind of breaking, so I'm having difficult time hearing what um is going on. I am here. My name is Amina. Yeah, cool. So I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so sorry about your technical challenge at that end, but we can hear you loud and clear, so so I'm sure we would find a way around it. So let's delve right into the questions I have for you. Let's delve right into the review. And the very first question here is, before reading this book, what were your expectations? And I also want the audience, please, to drop comment, so you can also answer this question. Even if you have not read this book, I'm sure you have something to say. So before reading this book, what were your expectations? Just judging from the title, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I beg, what's this about? So what were your expectations, really? I would start with Mr. Kima. What were your expectations before reading this book, for real?
Okay, thank you. So, first of all, when I saw the book cover and I saw the name Atomic Habits, my first thought was that, and then the slogan "Tiny changes, big results." My first thought was actually this makes sense. This is a very catchy title. This makes sense. The title makes sense. Everything. The title makes sense. But I didn't have any expectations and I didn't have any judgment about the book from the cover. I just thought, okay, this title makes sense and I'm sure it's
Mm,
going to be productive. But when I started reading and I read the his story, the epilogue or something like that, his story about his accident and stuff like that, I kind of started having some bad judgments about the book because I was like, oh my god, this is this book about an athlete. How's he going to tell us to do? Wake up at 4 o'clock, go and take a job, and things like that. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to read this. And then I
okay.
even saw a real person, and then I went to look for the picture of the person. I saw that he was bald. I was like, oh my god, what's he going to tell us? He's probably going to tell us some Andrew Tate kind of messages. So I was like, I don't read this at all. But as I
Yeah,
continued, my perspective changed.
of course, of course. So we'll get to that shortly. Thank you so much. So, hey, my God, Mr. Kim, you went to even browse the person's picture. This is serious. All right, thank you so much for that wonderful submission. Amina, what was your judgment? What did you think when you saw the title Atomic Habits? Like, what was that? Hello, is Amina here?
Yes, I am here. I am here. The network is really bad here.
Okay, sorry. We can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
The network here is really bad.
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, so the my expectation when I saw the title of the book Atomic Habits, I was expecting a kind of scientific behavior, like a kind of thinking scientifically, like because I know atomic is related to science, like a chemical or substance like that. So a tiny chemical, a tiny, I don't know. So I was expecting a scientific like thinking of our perspective, scientific behavior, something like that. Sha. That was what I was expecting, but it was totally different from what I thought. So yeah, that was my expectation, and that's it.
Right. Omo, no be lie. I feel like from the title,
Hello,
you can. Yeah, yeah, we got that, Amina. We really got that. Thanks for your
hi.
submission. So I feel like you're right. I mean, from the title, Atomic Habits, to be like atomic. Okay, so it's something that's related to science. So yeah, you're not wrong with that. So thanks for your submission. Halima's submission is here. I'll just project it. It says, I got a few recommendations on the book, but I never really put my mind into reading. But then I know any book from the book club is worth reading, so I expect it to be worth it. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one on the book club. Thank you, Halima. So quickly, let's move to the very next question. And that question is, how has the book, Atomic Habit, influenced your perspective on the role of small changes in personal development? I'll take that question again. How has the book, Atomic Habits, influenced your perspective on the role of small changes in personal development? So I think we'll go with Mustakima first again. Kindly take it on. Mustakima, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
So the book for me, when I started reading it, I noticed that some of the things he's saying, it makes so much sense, and I feel like it's things that I've thought of before, but I just pushed it away because I was like, oh my god, this probably it's never going to work, and it's so vague. Like then I didn't think about it again. But his ideas of like making small changes instead of going headfirst into making big changes, it makes so much sense because when you focus on making small changes, it will be less intimidating for me, like for me as a person. It will be less intimidating, and I'll have less expectations, because when you have these big expectations that you may not be able to meet up with, you get disappointed, and that disappointment will even make you feel bad, and then it will even discourage you from doing it again. But if it is small, you don't have such big expectations, you'll be able to meet up with your small habits. So
True. Mm.
for me personally, when it comes to like self personal development, I I've noticed that making small changes is better for me, because there are so many times that I've made big changes, and I do it for like a week, and I keep pushing myself, and then I get exhausted and I get burnt out, and then I will not even feel encouraged to do it again. So for me, definitely, when it comes to personal development, making small changes and keeping track of your these changes and keeping track of the progression slowly is definitely better for my personal development.
Thank you very, very, very much. Amina, what do you think about that? Do you have something to add, something to remove? What's your submission on that? I mean, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. My network is bad. Okay, the book Atomic Habits helps me understand the importance of 1% change in the process of making a big change, like that big change you want to make in your habits or behavior, whatever. So it simply explain how 1% everyday change can amount to a huge difference in habits changing. And I think, yes, that is how that is my own perspective on the atomic
Awesome,
habit.
awesome. Awesome. I love that. And I think one thing I personally took away from that is the fact that we shouldn't take on so much. Like Mr. Kima also emphasized, we shouldn't take on so much because we'll get overwhelmed. We'll get tired. Because the point is not to start and then stop at the end of the day. It doesn't get to be a habit if you don't do it over time. It's behavior repeated over time that becomes habit. So you don't even get to make it a habit if you just take on so much at the same time. Then at the end of the day, you're not able to progress. So there's something he called mastering showing up. So by the time you start little by little, small incremental, it becomes something that you sure of. Oh, I want to show up. So you show up, you master showing up. So after mastering the art of showing up, then you can improve. But you cannot improve on a habit that is not even there. So both of you, thank you so much for your wonderful submissions. Let's move to the fourth question. The fourth question says, is that the first question now? Okay, sorry. Third question, actually. The third question says, can you share specific examples of how the book's concepts and strategies have impacted your daily habits or routines? So now you are personalizing it. How has it affected you? Has it influenced you? So let me start with Amina this time. So Amina, what specifically, what strategy in this book, or how rather, can you share specific examples of how? So meaning we are connecting what you have learned in this book to your personal life now, your daily habits, its application to your routine. So how has any of the concepts in here or strategies impacted your daily habits or routine? So starting with you, Amina. Amina, sorry for your network challenge, but can you hear me?
Am I the one to answer now?
Yes, Amina. Yeah, you.
Okay. So okay, I used to be a person who look for excuses for not doing what I need to do at a given time. But after reading the book, I've learned that there's nothing capable of stopping you from doing what you need or you must do, but you. Like, for example, now, I have always wanted to resume exercising. Yes, since I think since 20, that was how I procrastinated for the whole of 2023. I was going to resume exercising. But I never did. And the excuse I was giving myself was that I don't have money to go to gym. I don't have money to go to gym. I don't have money to pay for gym, so stuff like that. So um after reading the book, I realized that I mustn't even go to the gym. That 1%, that 1% of, okay, I want to be someone who exercise every day, that I could start that from my home. Like, I mustn't have money to actually start exercising. I could start exercising at home. I just want to be a person that exercise daily. So I inculcate that strategy of 1% into my daily habits, relating to exercising, right? So I and since ever since I have started exercising at home in my house. So even when the money comes, it will be easy for me because I've already started at home. So it will now become part of me because I have already inculcate the habit of exercising in my house already. So even when the money comes now and I eventually go to the gym, it will already become part of me that cannot be taken away from me, no matter the circumstance, no matter what. Nothing can make me stop exercising again. So I think yes, that's helps me.
Awesome, awesome, Amina. You know, it's something we just discussed now that, there's power in showing up. And it is in showing up and telling yourself that, okay, you know what, I can do this thing. And without taking on too much that will overwhelm you, and then getting used to it, because it is in the repeated actions that you create habits. That is what you have just explained now. You're already living it. I'm super proud of you. Amina, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We do not take it for granted. Mustakima, over to you. What strategies, what concepts in this book have you been able to apply?
So there's this book, there's a chapter, I don't know which chapter particularly, but he spoke about like the concept of identity, like the concept of becoming the person that wants to achieve this thing. So he also said something like when you want to do something, you need to ask, what will a so person do in that kind of situation? So for me, that's one of the strategies that really resonated with me because um it's even good that my partner here, Amina, also wants to become healthy. Me too, I want to become healthy, but my own is not really by exercise. Like I want to control how I eat and the kind of foods I eat. Like I want to be healthy. So when I read that book and I read that strategy, I read that concept in the book, I found myself asking, what will whenever I want to eat, what will someone that wants to lose weight do? How will someone that wants to lose weight eat? Like, how will someone healthy eat? So when I ask myself that those kind of questions, like because I want to become a healthy person that thinks healthily, I want to change my identity to fit that of a healthy person. So I need to ask the questions of what this new identity, what a healthy person will do. So when I start asking myself things like that, it automatically makes me not want to eat bad or not want to eat a way that a healthy person wouldn't eat. Also, that one applies to I want to study more. I want to study more for a purpose and I want to pass an exam. So I ask myself, okay, what will a successful person do? Or how will a successful person read? That kind of thing. And then it makes me want to become that kind of a serious person, wants to become a serious person that would read or study in the same way that a serious person would. So for me, it's the concept of identity, it's the concept of becoming the person that you want to become. Yeah. And then also another strategy that I really resonated with um is the idea of making the good habits you want to acquire, making them attractive and easy to acquire. And then the bad habits you want to get rid of, you make them unattractive and make them hard to acquire. So these two strategies really resonate with me and I've been using them and honestly it works perfectly for me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kima. I think I'm with you on the identity formation part, where he mentioned that most times people fail on their goals because they focus on the outcomes. They focus on the goal outcome instead of the person that you need to become in order to house that habit. So it's necessary, like you said, oh, if I have to do this thing, then you have to ask yourself, have I actually become that person? I've actually become that person who will be doing this thing, because it's a two-way thing. You have to become, for you to own the habit. And the habit also, helps you to form that identity of that person that you want to become. So it's not like one step is better than the other. And that's how he also illustrated in the book. The three steps go together: the system that you use, the process, the person you want to become, and of course the goal outcome. So ultimately becoming that person that will house that goal that you want to achieve is the hallmark, is what you need. because at the end of the day, you just be struggling with yourself, be struggling with your habits, because you have not yet shifted your mindset. You are still in your old self, but you're going on to newer habits. So you see there will be war within your system. So really, I think that's one thing that also stood out for me. Thank you so much, Mr. Kima and Amina, for sharing. So those in the comments, please, you can also start, you know, putting out comments for us to see, and of course I'll put them out up here. I can see, okay, Alima is still here. I can see the Blazer Arts, that's Chioma, I guess. Okay, Chioma, I can see you now. I think you came back with Chioma. Then I can see Zainab Yusuf. Thank you so much for joining, we appreciate you. Okay, the very next question says, how practical and actionable did you find the advice provided in Atomic Habits, and were you able to implement any of the suggested changes successfully? Okay, I think you've answered the second part. So I think you should just focus on the first part. How practicable and actionable did you find the advice? So how practicable is it? How actionable? How practical rather? Is it? Beyond yourselves now, do you think it is something that people can easily do? And what are the things that will make you say so? What are the things you see in the book, based on the advice given, that make you say, okay, I think this is actually practical enough, or this is something people can jump on, this is what you can do? So how practicable and actionable did you find, the advice provided in Atomic Habits, beyond some of the things that you've already mentioned? So maybe I'll start this time with Mr. Kima. How practicable, are the advice that you found here, beyond the ones you've probably mentioned?
So for me, I think it's very, very practical. This practicable, all the advices he mentioned, because this book really shocked me. When I read the first few pages, the epilogue, I was already like, he was an athlete. I was just like, oh my god, he's just going to tell us to work hard. That's it. He's going to tell us to work hard, be focus on our goals, and that's it. But when I read it and I saw that he broke down everything into it to make it easy, to make it understandable, he really broke it down, telling us that we need to make, if we make small small changes, is going to amount to something, telling us that we need to become the person that we want to be in the future, like we need to change our identity for a habit to stick, and for you to get the best results. I feel like not everybody giving advice about success will say things like that. Only people that truly understand how to get successful, truly understand the human nature, will give you broken down advices like this, like change your identity, focus on the system. I think this is the first time I've I've seen or I've read anything about focusing on system and not just goals. Every other place they'll tell you, okay, what are your goals? Write your goals down. And then you have to figure out how to get those goals. It's harder to do that. But if someone tells you that you need to focus on the system, on how to get a goal, it's just, I don't know, for me it just opened up a new whole, like a whole concept or horizon for me to think more and to make things easier for me. And then making your what you want to achieve, making it attractive to you, making it easy to you, and like understanding the concept of reward. When you know, when you know the reward of something that you're going to do, it's even going to like make you more motivated to go and do it, because you know that, oh my god, if I do this, I'll get this out of it. You understand the whole continuous concept. And so for me, I just feel like it's really, really practicable, and it's very easy. He really broke down everything into easier forms, and I think that anybody that truly reads it and understands it and is ready to make changes, if you follow what he says, I think it will be very easy and you'll be very successful at making those changes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kima. I think one important thing we need to take away from your submission is the fact that if you're ready to make changes, if you're ready, because no matter what James Clear, has written in this book, and no matter what we say on this book review platform, no matter what we say on the groups, even if I share those books from today to tomorrow, if you are not ready to make changes, nothing would happen. Nothing would change. And I also feel like There are a lot of practical steps, vivid practical steps in the book. As you're reading, you see the steps, you see the exercises, and there are some things that you as you read, you'll be like, so just strike a chord inside of you. Oh, because you're probably already doing something related to that, and it sort of just opens your eyes to see better ways to do that thing. So don't let me preempt the next person to talk. Amina, please, what other thing do you want to add to what Mr. Kima has already said? How
Yeah.
practical is this? Yeah.
Okay, honestly, the book is well detailed on practical advice, such that I was able to apply the formulas provided into my daily habit routine to break from the bad habits and embrace the new ones. Like intentionality, when you are intentional about breaking the bad habits, he mentioned in a chapter that you need to make the new habit you want to embrace, you need to make it attractive, the new habit attractive, and the old habit um hard. You understand? So by using the formula of rewarding yourself, like when you know you anticipate the reward, you are intentional about breaking a bad habit, so you want to break from that bad habit, you make it difficult, you make it difficult, you avoid the queue. There's something he called the queue. That's like the spark of the old habit. You try as much as possible to avoid it, and then you try to you try to reward yourself by getting an accountability partner who would be like a person that will say, okay, oh, this is, I want to challenge myself, this is what I want to do, this is the new habit I want to inculcate, and this is the reward I want to get. Like, okay, I want to break the habit of not exercising. I want to be going to the gym every day. So after every if I'm able to achieve going to the gym, if I'm able to go to the gym today, I'm going to get myself so thing. You understand? So I'll be anticipating that stuff, that thing I want to get for myself. So it will even give me ginger that, okay, let me go to the gym. So at least I'll be able to get this thing. So it is well detailed. Like he explained, like even a primary school pupil, we understand that, but it is well detailed. Like you don't even have to stress your brain to understand. It was comprehensive. You don't have to stress your brain to understand what's the concept of and the idea of the whole book, what it is talking about, where it's driving at. You understand? So that is it for me.
Thank you very, 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 very much, Amina. You almost got me singing. If there's no ginger, you ginger yourself. Thank you so, so much. That was pretty much straightforward. And I think riding on that, I would also love to make mention of habit stacking. It was at the point where he was talking about the cue, the craving, the response, the reward. Then he also mentioned the use of habit stacking in such a way that when you are able to string your habits, the tasks you want to do in a day, you're able to string them along and have them connected one to the other. It's easier for you. So for instance, you say, oh, after I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will then meditate for 60 seconds. Then the next habit will now be, after I meditate for 60 seconds, I'll write my to-do list for the day. The next one will now be, after I write my to-do list for the day, you just keep, so it's stacked, it's stringed together, and that way you get many things done without you even trying. So thank you very much, Mr. Kima and Amina, for those wonderful submissions. If you're still here with us, please say something in the comment, so we know you are here. So let's move on to the very next question. And the question is, does the book change the way you view setbacks and challenges in the process of habit formation? Did the book change the way you view setbacks and challenges in the process of habit formation? Did it change anything? Did it change your view about setbacks, about challenges in the process of habit formation? If so, how? If it's yes, so how? So, Mr. Kima, would you go first?
So for me, the way it changed the view on setbacks and challenges in the process of habit formation is like the concept of the reward. I feel like if you can break down the habit you want to form, if you can break down what is the cue, what is the craving, the response, the reward, especially the reward. If you can know exactly what the reward is, you'll be able to like keep being motivated to even start embarking on the changes. And also, there's a part in the book that he said that I think it's the concept of making it easy. Like the set, if you have a habit you want to form, the setback in it, you need to. I don't know how to explain perfectly, but I think that you need to convince yourself or something like that that these setbacks or these challenges are, should I say, are like you need to change what it is or are not there, or you need to like just change what the setback is going to be. Kind of like, I don't know if I want to say deceiving yourself or something like that. It's not deceiving yourself, but you need to change what these setbacks are going to be. If, like something like losing weight now, you want to stop, you want to start exercising, you want to start eating properly. One setback there is that you're going to feel hungry. Let's say you're going to feel, you think that you're going to feel hungry, but instead of thinking that, oh my God, this is hunger, you need to think of it as far, okay, this is not, I've eaten. It's not as if I'm starving, I've eaten. So it's not like I'm going to die because of this hunger. I've eaten, and this hunger is just like it's just because I, I don't I want to like the word is kodei, it's just kodei hunger. It's not actual hunger that is going to kill me because I've eaten. So this kind of
I think your network went off.
this
Okay.
kind of hunger
Okay.
just I can just
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kima. Um, that was really, really great. So, what's your submission, Amina? So we can quickly move on.
Uh, in short, my answer is yes. Yes, the book changed the way I view setback and challenges. In short, it's okay to experience setback or challenges, but it can be controlled in the sense that it can be avoided when you set your mind like you are already determined to do something, and in the presence of a reward for the good habits that you want to inculcate, you are anticipating that reward, so it could help you like avoid those setback. When you're anticipating, you know that at the end of this good habit that you want to inculcate, you have a reward, so it will help you avoid those things that could be a setback or challenge for the new habits, like part of your old habits that are not good, for that are not healthy for the new habits. So I think I don't know how to like explain that well, but that's just the short explanation I could give.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amina. I think you both made great submissions, and overall one thing we should all realize is that setbacks and challenges are a part of habit formation. It will always be there. You want to run in the morning, you want to get out of your bed, and then just to get off and put on your shoes and put on your gym clothing, you are, in fact, you are too lazy to get out of it. Or it's so cold. Oh, Kaduna is so cold this morning. It's too cold. I don't want to go out. That's a setback. That's the challenge. But then how do you now overcome it? How then do you discipline yourself to move ahead? I think that having that mindset that it will be there is one thing that would even propel us. It's something that would get us going, because your mind is already there that, you know what, these are the kind of issues that might come. These are the kind of problems that I might face. So it is natural, it is part of the process. But I know that I might get past it. And I love the explanation Mr. Kima was trying to make about the kodei kind of hunger, where you know that this hunger that is doing me now, this one is because I just want to eat extra. It's not because I'm actually really, really hungry. If I do not eat now, I will not die. And that is just it. if you get out of that bed and you get out, nothing is going to happen to you. That cold is not going to kill you. When you're well kitted for the cold and you go out there, you're not going to die. In fact, by the time you come back, you feel fulfilled, you feel happy that you actually did, and that would even propel you to do more. So I think it's a natural part of habit formation, and it's okay, for us to face it. But like Amina also mentioned, rewarding ourselves, understanding our cravings, and handling the situation well is what would eventually determine the outcome. So let's quickly move to the next question, and that says, what aspects of the book do you think would be the most beneficial for someone struggling to establish positive habits or break negative ones? What aspects of the book? So you may just want to mention one or two aspects so we can save time. So what aspects of the book do you think would be the most beneficial for someone struggling to establish? Now it could be a positive habit or a negative one. So I would love to start with Mustakima right there again. Okay, sorry, Mr. Kima. Before you start, let me just take on the audience so we do not leave them hanging and dry. Okay, so Mr. Yusuf says, I am enjoying this discussion. Thank you so much for joining. Chioma says, my mistake, I think, is that I took on too much. I have so much I need to I need to better, so I put all in. So when it came crashing, being unable to beat targets and all, I felt bad. Oh yeah, I think we had discussed that earlier, how that 1% increment is very necessary, how we need to just go, small, little by little, repeatedly, just showing up on many days without really taking on so much. And I'm sure by the time we finish the book, for those who haven't finished, it's something that would really teach you, practical steps that you can take to, to overcome this. So thank you, Chioma, for sharing. We do not take this for granted. Thank you so much. We are happy that you're able to share this, with us. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Kima, please, you can speak on.
So the first concept I think that someone struggling with habit can make is understanding that just understanding the concept of systems and identity. So you need to become the person. I think that's very, very important in the book. You need to become the person. So whatever you want to do, whatever habit you want to take on, habit of what habit? Habit of reading more. You need to become a person that you need to become a person that enjoys reading more, and you need to become a person that um wants to get something from reading more, because you can't just wake up and say, oh, I want to read more, if you don't enjoy, if you know you don't even want to get benefit from reading more at all. So because you want to benefit from it, you know that you can benefit from it, you need to become the person that understands the benefit of reading more. When you become that person that understands that benefit, you'll be able to ask yourself, okay, this person that understands that reading more is important, what do they do now? They'll try to read more, they'll try to read little by little, and that way they'll be able to read more. So I think the concept of system and identity is very important. And another one is making the habit attractive, making it obvious, making it attractive, and making it easy, and making it satisfying. Those four things. I think that the way he explained it in the book makes perfect sense when you want to, because if something is attractive to you, you'll be more motivated to want to achieve it, more motivated to want to do it. If it's easy, especially easy, because I feel like us as human beings, we just like to go the easy way out. That's better. Even though we sometimes, some of us will be like, I don't mind doing hard work. We all want to be hard workers. But some people are actually really, really hard workers. But the thing is that if you make this hard work easy for them, and they'll achieve the same thing through you making the hard work easy, they'll definitely want to take the easy way out. So making something that you want to achieve easy for you is also very important. If you want to be early to work, okay, how you make going to work easy for you? So first of all, maybe you try to get ready. Do you need to eat breakfast before you go to work? prepare your breakfast in the night before, so that when you wake up, you're going to start preparing breakfast and taking time. Make sure that your clothes is ironed clean, so that when you wake up, you don't start ironing the clothes so that you will not be late. So prepare ahead of time. When you prepare all these things a night before and put it down ready, when you wake up in the morning, everything will be so easy. You just bath, wear the clothes, eat the breakfast, and be on your way. It's so easy, and you will not have any problem doing that over again and again and again. And that will even um make you closer to your goal, which is going to work early. And by the time you go to work early, you'll be satisfied, because that's rewarding. That's the reward for your cue, your cravings, and your response. That's the reward. So the main concept for me, for someone that wants to achieve new habits, is identity, understanding the system and becoming the person. And then also, when you identify the habits you want to correct, you need to think of ways to make it easy for you to achieve them, um attractive, so that you'll be able to you keep going back to do it. And then easy, especially the easy, you need to make it, look for ways to make it easy for yourself. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kima. Amina, do you quickly want to add something?
Mm, for me, I would recommend every aspect of the book because they are all interrelated and they are like step by step guide for me, such that none of the steps can be ignored or underrated. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, thank you so much, Amina. And maybe from my own end, I think one other thing I would want people to pay attention to, because like Mr. Kima had said, there are quite a number of things she had mentioned. What stood out for me from what she said is the identity formation. And then Amina said, you all should go and get the book, read it, read every part of it, because she cannot even tell you that it's this part. And that is how it feels, honestly. Like when you're reading each page, you don't want to skip it. Each page, there's something there for you. There's a gem. There's something. Oh, what? There's something that will strike a chord. There's something that is so interesting. There's something that you just want to read. You want to take home. You want to underline. You want to write out. So go and read the book. Thank you. However, I think one thing I would probably still highlight is the 2 minute rule, the 2 minute rule in your habit formation. And that rule is something like, if you're taking in a new habit, ensure that it is 2 minutes or less. If this is a new habit, you're taking on that habit for the first time, ensure it is 2 minutes or less. And like Amina said, it all feeds into each other, because this rule I just mentioned now also explains that when you are starting out, don't take on too much. Start small, show up, just do something small, so you keep building on it, so that at the end of the day you now start improving. So from reading 1 page a day, because that's the only thing 2 minutes can allow you to read, you now start reading 10 pages a day, 20 pages, 30 pages. But first you need to start, small. You need to start small. Chioma said something, and I would like to pin it on the screen. She says, I did an analysis. I didn't make define what my habit should be or what my goal is. Maybe I mistook goals for habits, something like that. Still working on it though. Oh, okay, Choma. Yeah, I think a lot of people make these mistakes of mixing up habits and goals. So basically, think about goals as the end point, the outcomes of what you're going to do, and habits as the little things you do over time that will then come together and form that habit and form that goal. So I'll give you an example. So you will say, oh, I want to become a published writer. That's a goal. That's an outcome, right? Because it's a result. So that's a result. Goals are results. Now, what are the habits? What are the things that you will do
Hi, I can't hear anything again. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but I can't hear anything from my end. The network is really bad.
Hello. Okay, can anyone hear me now? So sorry, I didn't know that you guys can't hear me anymore. I don't even know what to do now though.
Well,
Amina, Musima, can you hear me?
yes, welcome back. I guess your network was bad, go.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I can
Yeah,
hear you now.
yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I think I can see. Let me see. I can see your mic
Yeah.
moving, but I cannot hear you, and I don't know. Let me see.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Um, but can you hear me though, Mr. Kim and Amina? Are you here with me?
I can
Yes, I
hear
can
you
hear.
now.
Oh, okay. So I think we're at the last. I'm not sure you heard the last things I was saying, but I think that's gone for now. Let's just move on. So if you are rating this book, what's your rating? What's your rating? 1/10. Over 10. Rate over 10. Who goes first? Mr. Kima, would you go first? Rate it.
Okay. My rating is 10, 10 over 10,
10
or
over
maybe 9,
10.
just because nothing is perfect.
Okay.
But 10 now. It's a
Oh.
really good book.
Mm, mm. Okay, Amina, what's your rating?
Hello, is it my turn?
Yeah, what's your rating over 10?
In fact, I will rate it 1,000/10. It's a 10
That's a
10 for me. Oh, it's a 10 for me. I swear the book is. I wasn't expecting what I got in the book. In fact, at some point, I was surprised. It's as if the book was referring to me, like a lot of bad habits I need to break from. I need to break. Like it was just as if the book was referring to me, and it was so practical. It was so practical, like so well detailed and comprehensive. You could easily understand what message the book is actually sending. So it's a 10/10 for me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I think I'm with you guys on that too. And because we used to say there's no work of art that is perfect. So that's why we will give something like this 9/10. But I mean, it's, you know how Gen Z will say it's given, it's earth, the book earth, man, it's given. So yes, it's 10 on 10, 10/10, you know. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so, so much for joining. I'm so sorry. I think we lost quite a number of persons when you couldn't hear me anymore. I didn't even know what went on. I tried reconnecting with another phone system. Everything wasn't just working, so I don't know. I think quite a number of people had left. But then thank you so, so much for joining. I really appreciate you, Amina, Mr. Kima. You guys are amazing. And I must put it out there that this was done in a very, very short period. I mean, I just reached out to Amina, Mr. Kima today, like this, like just few hours to this review, and they showed up and they did amazingly well. Now, say na them and James Clare write this book. I don't understand though. Mona show me where Amina, Mr. Kima. So thank you so, so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for agreeing to be here and for blessing us real, real good. Thank you for everyone who joined. I can only see the names I can see are the ones I can call, Halima, Zainab, Chioma, Yusuf, Isaac. Thank you so much, every single one of you. Our book for this month. Our book for this month is actually Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club. Duh. Mustaki, my blessing that this one gone go be the one where you go to wake up 5 o'clock. Oh.
please, oh, please, I don't want.
Sorry, I didn't title of the book.
You said?
The title of the book for the month, for this month.
The 5 a.m. The 5 a.m. Club. The 5 a.m. Club. I'll drop it on the group. Don't worry. I will drop it on the group. The 5 a.m. Club. So,
Okay, okay, okay.
as usual, that is the book we are reading. But then you can also choose to read other books. But the only thing is that if we are to review a book, it is the book we have chosen that we will review. But that other one, if you like, you can read 10 other books in this month. It's really good. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. We've spent 5 more minutes after 6. Usually, we want to stay between 1 hour, 5 to 6. So thank you so much, guys. Mustakima, Amina, Ta. See you at the other side. Guys, bye.
Bye. Thank you very much as well. Bye.
Very much. Sorry.